My name is Golfhouse, and I can't stop messing with Stress Monster's bass. Say hey everybody, Golfhouse here, and welcome back to the Stack. This is episode 11 on the Fullstack gaming server. When last we spoke, we built this beautiful house, which you can only see part of because I'm in the bedroom. Let's go ahead and put our clothes back on, do some of this, some of that, and come on out here. You can see I've done precious little out here. Pretty much the only thing I did, I extended the ceiling here a little bit. We still have some open space up there. I don't know, that's probably not too bad, but I haven't really done anything else. I haven't gone through and kicked the torches out yet. I've been a little bit busy. Since we last spoke, I died. Yeah. And I don't just mean dying in, kind of a, oh gee, shucks, he died, that's too bad, go get your stuff and move on kind of way. I mean, I died bad. I was assaulted by zombies during a really massive lag spike over there somewhere. I'm going to get away from the glass when I do that. Over in that direction. And in the resulting mess of me trying to reclaim my stuff, I pretty much lost it all. So I've had to go and kind of rebuild my life a little bit here. I did manage to salvage my Depth Strider boots, which I was really excited about. And you can see I've got protection, and then up here less protection, but I've got respiration and aqua affinity, and I've got unbreaking now on everything. So I'm pretty excited about that. We've got a looting 3 sword. It's not as sharp as I would like it to be, but it does have unbreaking and knockback, so we have some benefits there. My axe has efficiency 4 on it. I've also got 2 diamond picks. One is a fortune pick, and the other is a silk touch pick. They're over in the ender chest, so I don't lose them again. And then I also lost Spitoo, my bow, so I went ahead and I redid Spitoo, and you can see there, it doesn't have power 5 yet, but I'm working on it. But he does have infinity, so this one arrow, this lonely arrow up here, is pretty much all we're going to need. If I run to the front of the house, you'll see that I've also done something else. And I've done it so quickly that, that the game is having a hard time catching up. I've got a speed beacon out there, and it looks like I'm about to time out. So let's there we go. Thank you. Thank you. And there goes the rubber banding. Okay. Let me get this sorted out real quick. Okay, well that was a lot of fun, but I've gone ahead and I've put in a speed beacon over here. It goes all the way down to bedrock. You might be able to see, yeah, there it is, way down there. And I colored it orange because, well, orange. Put your shirt back on. So I went ahead and I made it orange. I gave it the speed effect because I'm so addicted to having speed 2 over at the spawn town that now I want speed 2 pretty much everywhere that I go. So yeah, we do have 2 more beacons, so we could put beacons over here, but Mr. Sheepco gave us those beacons as a gift because I want to use those over at the record farm, and I haven't gotten around to that yet. I thought we might do that in this episode, but then something else happened. Ta-da! The ocean monument is finished. sort of. Hi, Guardian. Thank you for that. I've gone ahead and I have dried out the entirety of the monument from the outside. And I was a little concerned when I was putting all of this down that I was missing some spawnable space for those Guardians. Maybe they could spawn down here. That doesn't seem to be the case. We have not spawned a single Guardian out here since we got close to being done with this. And as you can see, from corner to corner, it is... Oh. I apparently zoomed instead of crouched. Well, let's look at it from down here. Yeah, it's all dry. Now, I haven't cracked into the inside of the monument yet. These sounds are incredibly loud. There we go. Now you can hear me. We haven't gone inside yet. You can see some of the Guardians kind of, poking out through the corners there. We're going to be doing this kind of almost next, I guess you could say, as far as getting this project done. What we're going to do is we're going to break in up here at the top and start drying it out from the top down. Now, some of the people on the server have offered the use of sponges for this purpose. We'll be kind of taking them up on that. If I'm remembering my layout correctly, I should be able to break the corners along here and put sponges down and get most of the water on this top layer kind of dried out. In the center, it will still be wet, but we kind of want that because we want the Elder Guardians in water. Hi. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Get back down there. We want them in water because otherwise, you know what they're going to do. They're going to flop around like this. And that's a direct quote. That's exactly what they sound like out of the water. We don't want that. That is not going to bring tourists to our attraction. And these guys down here are pretty bored. They need action. So we want to make this an attraction that people want to come see. You are something that we want them to come see, and so we want them in water for that. So we'll probably put glass kind of around here to kind of encase him in. But first we've got to get in there. Before we do any of that, though, there's one more thing that we've got to do. We've got to get rid of all this sand. Now, I'm not talking about flooding it again. We've spent way too long getting that all dried out to go and reflood it. I'm talking about putting glass down. I've had this smelterator running for quite some time now. It looks like it's actually starting to run a little low on fuel. I may have to go refill some of these buckets here. But as you can see, we've been smelterating a bunch of glass. I've got a whole bunch over here too, just to keep the furnaces running. Let's go ahead and stick these over there just so that we have the space. And yeah, this thing has been going pretty much non-stop whenever I've been over in the area. Obviously we're not in the spawn chunks, so it's not a permanent thing, but we've got a ton of glass there, and I'm gonna have to go in here and kind of come underneath this cobblestone, fill it up with glass the whole way. I do have my Respiration 2 helmet. I kind of wish I had Respiration 3, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers. And if it becomes too much of a problem, I'll just go get some water breathing potions and use that instead. Night vision will probably come in handy down here as well to kind of light this up a bit. But we're going to go underneath all of this cobble and just fill it all the way down to the bottom with glass. And then we're going to take the sand out. And that's going to look pretty visually striking, I think. Now, one of the things that I'm thinking about doing is maybe putting a glass roof across the top of this as well, and then flooding just the top layer or the top 2 layers with water, so that when you're actually walking around the outside of the building, which I think you're going to be able to do the way that I have this kind of set up in my head. We do have the souvenir stands out here after all. That might be kind of neat to be able to look up and actually see water underneath you. Well, no, the water isn't underneath you. The water is above you. You're underneath it. I know geometry. Anyway, that's what I think we're going to do. So I'm going to get started on that. And I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like the kind of task that gets us in the mood to do a little bit of lapsing. Well, that was just a ton of work, but I think it was worth it. It is looking really nice, holding back all the water there with the glass and everything. I think I've decided against flooding the roof with the water. I think I'm just going to leave it open because it looks really nice from over there. One of the other things that I've done since that time lapse is I've gone ahead and built out a little bit of the tunnel. Thanks, Guardian. I appreciate that. I haven't gotten very far with it. I have not yet cleared out the water in here or put in a floor, as you can see. Can I put torches on the side of the glass? I don't think no, I can't. Let's come back over here. There we go. I do have respiration too, but that's not doing a whole lot for me. So eventually this tunnel is going to go into the mountain. I'm going to keep the mountain there and just kind of drill through it and bring the tunnel kind of out to the other side here. And then it's going to go over to shore, and then it'll go kind of into the mountain and then up to the top. And I think that's going to be a really neat look. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about the floor yet. I think I'm going to do some kind of mix of nether quartz, of which I have quite a bit now, and prismarine blocks, which we can get from Moshmo's Guardian farm. So I think that this is going to look really nice. We'll put some sea lanterns in as well to kind of brighten up the place, and the entrance to our ocean monument is going to look just stellar. That being said, though, I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it too. Let's, why are you doing that? Stay in the water. That's where you belong. You guys want to get inside this thing, and I want to get inside this thing too. It's going to get loud down here. Let's go ahead and turn our volume way down. I usually keep it at about 20% when I record, but this is going to get even louder. Now, one of the things that we're going to need to really do this excavation job. I can talk. To do this job right is sponges, and I happen to have a few sponges on me. I'm not going to tell you the links that I went to in order to get these sponges, mainly because, well, I didn't get them myself. I just asked for them in the Skype chat, and Nick Nasty was kind enough to give them to me. 30 of them. So we don't actually own the sponges, we're just kind of borrowing them, but that'll get the job done. If we crack in here, we can go ahead and dry out some of this top area. And you can already hear that Elder Guardian kind of flopping around. We are getting the job done, drying this thing out from the outside in. So let's go ahead and plug that up, and we should be able to drill into here. Hey, none of that. And I think that should just about do it. Nope, we've still got a little bit more water here to dry out. Give me that sponge back. And yeah, there he is, trying to get out. So this is kind of what's going to happen over the next couple of hours for me. I'm going to start at the top and kind of drill my way down and see if we can't get this monument dried out completely. So we've made some progress in drying out the monument, and we've learned a couple of things. I've gone ahead and I've encased this guy in glass so that he can't shoot us. I've even kind of glassed up the little entry point down there so I can move underneath him without getting hit. And I've decided that I don't like this at all. This flopping around is about 10 times more annoying than I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be pretty annoying. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this layer here of the stone, then this layer, and this layer, and replace it with glass. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill this area in with water so that this guy, whatever we end up naming him, can swim around to his heart's content, not flop around. He can give us the eye, and you can see he really likes giving us the eye, but he won't be able to do anything. And I think that'll be kind of striking as you make your way in wherever the entrance is. I think the entrance is over here. Yeah. You come in, and maybe as you're kind of walking around up here, there's this giant glass pyramid with Big Boy there. I've also gone ahead, let's see, can I dig this? Nope, I need some milk. I've gone ahead and I've dug through here, and when I first came down here, it was just that room, and that room, and that didn't really seem to meet the geometry. So I saw this wall here, and I kind of busted through it, and sure enough, there was more to be had over this way. And you can see we've gone down kind of another level there as well. I think we've gotten all of this level dried out, and I think we've gotten most of this level dried out too. Well, behind this wall here, there's some water. You can see we've got some water here too. So yeah, maybe I haven't really done much of this level at all. I think if we go around kind of the other way, it dries out a little bit more. But yeah, there is a whole mess of little corners and crevices and all sorts of stuff in here to potentially kill us. I've also been a little bit cavalier about kind of poking around. I came over here just to kind of get my bearings about where things were, and I took out one of these blocks and leaned in and kind of fell into the water. And because we've taken out so much of the spawnable space for the Guardians, this area down here has dozens of them, and they almost killed me. And that was bad because I was carrying all of the sponges on me. In fact, I'm already down to 29 sponges. Now, Nick has let me borrow 30, so I owe him a sponge at this point. I'm going to have to go over there. There's another monument in that direction. I'm going to have to go over there and actually kill one of these big guys and get that extra sponge to pay him back for the one that has disappeared on me. I have no idea where it went. I don't know if I just had it fall down a crevice or something and didn't see it and it despawned, or if these guys' laser beams can actually, destroy them as entities. I'm not really sure. But anyway, this is going to be a pretty tedious process, and unfortunately I don't have a whole lot of time to get it finished because the real world is sending me back out of town again in just a couple of days. So we're gonna have to wait on the rest of this. I'll be doing a lot of work on drawing this thing out off camera, and hopefully in a later episode I'll be able to give you a tour of the facility once it's completely dry and the only thing we have to worry about are those guys. And that isn't even the only project that we have to finish. We still have to furnish the base over here. We have not put any furniture in or anything except for those beds in that chest. We also still need to optimize our record farm over there. We do happen to have now a complete set of the music discs, but we need more of them to kind of fill out our record shop, and I need to optimize it. We've learned a couple of lessons while we were over there collecting discs, and there's some things that we can do to that farm to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier to operate, and a little less destructive. You can just start to see it. There it is. There's our guy. We're going to have to make some improvements to that as well. Also on my to-do list is building an ender farm over in the end. Our XP cannon is still working great, but there's people on the server that really want those wither skulls. In fact, you can see Nick is online right now. He is AFK and has been AFK for the last couple of days collecting wither skulls, which is great for the server because we want beacons. But unfortunately, if you're trying to get experience, that really keeps you from getting experience because that wither farm takes all of the mobs out of the nether, and getting experience at the cannon is darn near impossible when that happens. So we need another source of experience, and I'd like to go build an ender farm. I think that might be, if not the next episode, then the one after that, because that's a pretty important project and it's going to be useful to everybody on the server. So hopefully you'll stick around with me for that. If you've liked this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you've really liked it, click the subscribe button. And if me derping around in the ocean monument makes you feel better about the way that you play Minecraft, then stalk me on social media. I'm darn near everywhere, and it's almost nighttime, so let's go to sleep, and until next time, my name is Golfhouse. This has been Fullstack. We'll catch you later.